Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of the Captain Fizz and Mask Guy Show. I'm not actually here. I'm in Minneapolis. Oh my god, what the hell are we doing? Hit the music!
Hello everybody and welcome to the Captain Fizz and Mask Guy podcast. I am Captain Fizz.
Who is covered in fizz at this moment.
Literally.
And I, of course, am that local fellow himself, that Mask Guy.
So tonight's episode is going to be a mumble jumbo of everything Captain Fizz and Mask Guy because we are awesome.
And I'm not here.
And you are not here.
I am not here.
Which is really strange because I'm staring at you and...
No. I am currently in Minneapolis, Minnesota, attending, Chikara's Taking a Stand event. I am not here.
And what I find ironic about this Taking the Stand event that you are currently at, yet here you are on air, is you are in a seat.
Yes.
Yes, so you are sitting now, we are on air, you are thousands of miles away, and generally I don't care about the distance, so don't correct me. You are thousands of miles away.
Well, it would be thousands of miles away.
Yes, I love your Irish accent, thank you.
You're Scottish, you bimbo.
You are currently in some weird, strange universe. Called Minneapolis.
And what is this Minneapolis that people speak of?
I don't know, but we have established that we can time travel.
Absolutely.
So we
are not pre-recording this whatsoever. We're using time travel.
Yes. We do not pre-record at the studios here. We time travel.
Yes.
We are now. This is Tuesday. And we have time traveled to Thursday to record this show for you.
So happy Thursday, everybody!
Yes, and if you're listening to us, which you are, because I can hear you, I can hear your breathing.
I can hear you.
Don't forget to catch, Heroes Reborn tonight. So please record it after you listen to us. We will not be speaking about Heroes Reborn because, of course, time travel, we haven't yet seen it yet. Yeah,
no kidding. Because we went off in time travel to Thursday, we haven't even seen any of we haven't seen Flash, we haven't seen Arrow, we haven't seen Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
We're really bad time travelers. Usually you would think that if we're time traveling to Thursday to be talking on our show, we would at least time travel to each and every day beforehand and watch the shows before we move on. But no, we suck. We have a low budget. We cannot afford the time machine to go to point A, B, C, and D, and E. It's A and B. And yeah, so...
Yeah, no, we're in a lot of trouble here. So we just go with what we got.
So last Friday, you and I, your wife, and my grandmother went to go see Goosebumps.
Yeah, you know what? I will admit, when the books came out, as well as the TV series, I wasn't a big fan. And part of that, though, is by that time I was already, in my late teens, early 20s. And so that sort of thing seemed a little juvenile to me. Although I do remember watching one or two episodes and finding them very creepy.
Yes, I grew up in the Goosebump era, and that really kind of disturbs me because that means I am now 27 years old. And I don't feel it. I feel like 2. But that's besides the point. Goosebumps was pretty much a religious holiday for me. I watched it every time it was on. I read the books. If I wasn't watching TV shows, I was reading the books. If I wasn't reading the books, I was watching the TV show. Sometimes, generally, I was doing both at the same time.
Amazing.
Because reading the Goosebumps book while watching the TV show was really strange. 90% of, as we all know, 90% of what happens in the books do not happen in the TV shows, even though they're named after each other. Spoiler alert, it'll never change.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't change.
So yeah, no, it's very unique, and so, Jack Black played R.L. Stine, which I think he played a phenomenal role in that movie. The other actors, I don't know their names, and I really don't absolutely care at this point, because I am Captain Fizz, and I approve this message. It was really unique, very well done. I believe that there really wasn't much missing. They definitely did Slappy.
Oh my god.
Slappy it was like Chucky, but as a ventriloquist. And it was just, the little marks on Chucky and everything was just 100% perfect. And I believe you're the one who told me that Jack Black actually did the voice of Slappy.
Yeah. Well, it certainly sounded like it was. Slappy, constantly refers to R.L. Stine in this movie as being Daddy. So you kind of get the impression that maybe there was definitely a connection there.
Yes. Hello, Daddy.
Hello, Father.
Yes, it was very creepy and very phenomenal. I really wanted to jump through the movie screen and strangle Slappy a few times. I believe your wife really wanted to strangle Slappy.
She was absolutely creeped out about it. And yeah, I just doing some quick research on it. Jack Black, not only did he do played R.L. Stine, he did do the voice for Slappy and the Invisible Boy.
Which really was sad because there was a scene in the trailer that we all saw on TV when Jack Black turned around and said he's such a kidder when the Invisible Boy slapped the very annoying, I wanted to duct tape his mouth boy.
Champ.
Yeah. That scene really didn't happen as much as they put on the trailer, which kind of sucked.
Well, that's actually a common thing to do, where they go off and they add a couple things to the trailer to go off and try to get, fans' attention. And then you go off and you watch the movie and it actually isn't in it.
There's only one thing they needed to get people's attention to watch this movie. And that was to put a trailer called Goosebumps.
Yeah, I mean, again, I thought it was great. One of my particular favorite parts of the entire movie was near the end of the movie where Jack Black, as R.L. Stine says, every great story has a beginning, a middle, and the twist.
Yes, and the greatest twist in this movie is the one that we aren't going to tell you.
Absolutely not. We're not going to go off and do too many spoilers on here. It is absolutely great. What we will go off and we will tell you about the storyline is that the main character of the entire movie, Zach, moves to this little town with his mom.
Which is how every Goosebumps book starts.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's funny because they go off and they kind of, joke around about the whole thing. About, how at the end, near the end of, the book, the main character goes off and learns a valuable lesson or something. But what we see here is that he moves next to this house with this, mysterious man and his daughter. And as the story progresses, we discover that the man that he lives next to is R.L. Stine. And in his possession are a bunch of books that are filled with the physical, characters from all of his stories.
Yes.
And because due to an accident, they all get loose. Well, Slappy gets loose.
Yes.
And
actually,
cause havoc.
The very first one would be the Abominable Snowman from Pasadena, which was a phenomenal book, I might add. One of my favorites by far. Next to the the Blob was definitely a very good one, and the Terrorland with the Adventure Park thingamajig. I'm so old, I forgot all the names. I really need to go back and get more books.
I just remembered working with a student, and we tried to read one of the books with Slappy in it, and we got about 2 or 3 chapters in, and she went off and told me that the story was getting too creepy and she didn't want me to read it anymore.
Yeah, no, Slappy was definitely one of my favorite. I'm a huge Chucky fan, definitely, so Slappy was not far, distant from Chucky. I would love to see a spin-off of Chucky versus Slappy.
Poor Slappy. I don't think Slappy would stand a chance against Chucky.
I don't know. Slappy has this ability to turn people against everybody.
That is true. But, there's just so many. There was the lawn gnomes, which...
Maybe they're friendly gnomes. Not friendly, not friendly.
I found that to be kind of, creepy, because I remember seeing... That was actually one of the episodes of the show that I remember seeing. And so, these gnomes are much smaller and much more psychotic than the book was.
Yes, you will never, ever, ever, ever look at your lawn gnomes the same way. If you have lawn gnomes, do not trust them. Do not take chances. Hit them with a frying pan now.
Yes, no kidding.
I'm watching. I know when you're doing it. They didn't do it.
No, they didn't do it.
They're dying right now.
For shame.
We just lost our viewers because the lawn gnomes killed them.
Our only viewers?
Yeah, all our viewers.
All our viewers are dead.
That's okay. We still got the Abominable Snowman.
Woohoo!
He can't read.
Oh!
Which is okay because we're on air.
Yay!
Which kind of sucks because, well, no, it doesn't suck.
It doesn't suck whatsoever.
That's kind of awesome. But anyways... So the Abominable Snowman comes out. Abominable Snowman hits the bookcase. Slappy gets released. Don't understand the scenario on that one because Slappy opens up his own book. So if he could open up his own book, why didn't he do it sooner?
It fell and the lock on it breaks and pops open.
There's that possibility. I believe that. No, I got nothing else.
Yeah, I don't know. It's. I guess I don't know. It's without going and giving away too many spoilers on this. It's just really phenomenal, story, and you really get to see where everyone seems to go off and learn something from this. R.L. Stein learns something. Zach learns something. His Stein's daughter Hannah goes off, and they all seem to have their moment in the sun. His daughter, and of course there's Champ.
Champ learns nothing.
I don't know. Come on. He finds a way to get the girl.
Yes. Yes, he does. By biting a werewolf.
Spoiler alert!
Yeah, no, that's a spoiler, then we're doing something real wrong.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, R.L. Stein apparently makes a cameo. I have to rewatch this movie again to see where he made the cameo because I actually missed it.
Well, that's just it. I don't know if anybody actually knows what R.L. Stein actually looks like. If you see
he looks like a human.
He looks like a human. I think he's like a janitor or something, and you only get to see him like in the back or something.
Which is kind of like a Stan Lee cameo or a Stephen King. No, Stephen King's usually a pizza delivery boy.
It's funny because they actually make a couple of Stephen King jokes in this movie.
Yes, which is a joke that's been heard for many, many years. Of the battle between Stephen King and R.L. Stein.
R.L. Stein.
And as much of a Stephen King fan that I am, R.L. Stein, hands down.
Yeah. And R.L. Stein, I was wrong. He doesn't play a janitor. He's officially referred to as hallway player.
So he's a player.
Yes, he's a player.
Okay, he's a player. Uh,
Oh my god.
our show has really gone downhill.